Hey guys.
Hey, Fit Fam.
How are y'all? So first off, this is gonna be our check-in video. It won't be. Well, it's a check-in in a sense. We want to know how you guys are feeling. How are you guys doing mentally, physically, emotionally? Um, Most importantly, everyone is being impacted by the current events that's going on. With the rioting, with the protesting, with the looting, everything that's happening. But most importantly, with the death of Mr. Floyd. Um, he was a, father, son, brother, and it's definitely disheartening to kind of see the type of things that is occurring over and over and over and over in America. So we want to check in with our Fit family to check on your wellness, because your wellness is still important to us. Um, and just mentally, how are you guys? So in the comment section, I would love for you just to we would love for you to drop like how you're feeling. This is a raw video. It's not a lot of editing that's going to be done in it. So bear with us. It is a very emotional time. And how are you feeling?
Well, how do you feel first? I think that's a really big question. Like you, I guess like, how do you feel right now as a Black man in America?
I personally am like, I have a lot of conflicting emotions right now. Every time I think about it, I can't even, like, it's like going down a rabbit hole and you're looking. It's like, I don't know. So forgive me if my words are all over the place, but I feel, you can ask any Black man in America. Majority of us, we've had to talk. Most of the times you think the talk is the birds and the bees. However, the talk is if you get stopped by a police officer, how you should deal with it. And if you do all the steps that your mother or your father taught you properly, you might come back home. That's what we were taught early. I'm emotionally tired because this has occurred over and over and over, and we've went from one hashtag to another. And this brother George Floyd is just the most recent incident. And even though the officer's being charged, my hope in our judicial system that he'll actually go to prison or do any time, that doesn't bring his brother back. It doesn't stop white people from, and let me not say white people, white bigots and people who are filled with hate from driving down and pretty much hunting down a brother who's on a jog. Doesn't bring Sandra Bland back. It doesn't change anything with these hashtags. The awareness, we thought like, okay, maybe if we do the hashtags, someone will get it. I think right now, how I feel is a loaded question, honestly. I feel pain, I feel sadness, I feel a bit of relief that I'm still here and I'm able to hold my wife and my daughter. At the same time, I wonder, like, will it be the day that I'm with a coworker leaving from the facility, or will it be a day where I'm driving back one night that I don't come home? I've done everything that I can to in my life to not commit crimes, to not sell drugs, not part of a gang. I don't use drugs. I'm doing things that break generational curses. That I feel like that's where God has like placed us, and none of that will matter. I'm not gonna go down history lanes, but it's not. Some people have this issue where it's like, oh, well, has it happened to you? Absolutely, where officers come out with guns drawn. We were in high school, and I could tell you stories previous and before then, and so I knew since then that it was a real thing. I fear for my little brothers, all of them. I, you know, my little cousins, and it kind of puts you in this place where you realize, like, man, it's but so much that I can protect. People, I see white friends who are more upset about loot and property damage than they are about life being taken. They voice more about, oh, this isn't peaceful, this isn't the right way. What would Martin Luther King say? And I think someone reposted it in the best way possible. They killed him too. When it was peaceful protesters, they beat the crap out of them. When it was kneeling, that was a big complaint and so-called disrespectful. And there was no such thing as police brutality, because it was made up. It wasn't a thing. And now that we have people who are frustrated, and it's like almost like you saying, like, I'm physically, you're suffocating me, and expecting me not to do anything, to retaliate, to survive, to, like, when someone says you're physically suffocating me, what do you think happens? I'll just sit here and let you finish. Or sooner or later, so they start saying, no, I'm not going to continue laying down. I'm not going to continue suffocating. Am I advocating and saying that am I saying that we are advocating for people to loot? Absolutely not. Do I believe that people should be just burning down buildings and things like that? No, it's not my first choice of action. However, I don't have a better solution for them, because the peaceful way has been done, and it's still like, here we are. So I don't have a solution to tell other Black people what to do. I wish I could. What I would love for this video to help with is not only checking on our fit family, but also to educate and to empower our white brothers and sisters who maybe just sitting at home posting beach pictures, or their kids at a pool or barbecue or whatever the case may be, when all this is going on, because you want to be silent about it, and you don't want to be
politically incorrect or
right,
correct, or
you don't want to take a side when this isn't about sides. This is about right and wrong. This is about good and an evil act that took place. This is about justice. This is about, people are they're coming up with all these excuses, and, oh, well, you guys shouldn't do this. You guys are doing it this way. What's the thing? Well, was he cooperating?
Yeah, and there's been so many people that have spoken out and have said so many profound things. And here's the thing, y'all. Like, no one deserves to die like that. Like, can you imagine the thought that was going through his mind as someone's knee was on his throat? Like,
while he's calling out for
while
his
he's
mom.
calling out, and the type of the evil that it takes for anybody in any circumstance to be able to take a life and literally watch that life leave the body, like the type of just evil that is, it's unbearable. And I'm sorry, but your voice is needed regardless of whether you know what to say or not. If you and I can speak on myself. So for me, like, I'm not like the most, everyone, like, you know, people say like I'm not really into politics and things like that. I don't really feel like you cannot not be into politics just because like
you're alive.
But like that was me. And you know, and for a long time I'm like, okay, after the first, okay, but who would have ever thought in 2020 like this would be like our reality? Right. And I personally feel like you have to say something. Everyone has to say something. Your voice is needed.
And you have to put action behind it.
You have to put action behind it. And it could be as simple as you making a donation to a right. cause. Like no one is saying that you have to get out of the comfort of your home and go out and protest or do anything like that. There are things that you can do right from the comfort of your own home. But it's just about doing something, speaking out and having a voice and just letting the rest of the world know that this is wrong and I'm standing in agreement with this being wrong, because when you're silent, it's just as bad as you're saying that you don't feel like it was wrong. And that's not okay. And one of the things that I don't really think people understand, and I'm really glad that people are speaking out, but as a wife and as a daughter to Black men, like, I fear for my husband's life. Like, I literally have, like, I track his phone. I track his location. Not on some, oh, I don't trust my husband. I track his location because I don't know where he is. Like, if he's coming back from work and it's late at night, I don't know if he's going to get pulled over or if he has to stop at the grocery store. I don't know if someone's going to have some type of malicious intent because he's a Black man with a beard and try and kill him just because. Like, I don't know. People want to talk about like, oh, this isn't normal. This isn't the new normal because we have to walk around here wearing masks. You know what's not normal? It's not normal for a wife or a mother to fear that their child is going to be gunned down because of the color of their skin. That's not normal. So don't tell me what's not normal, you know?
And I just want to make this clear. Like, we understand that people are going to be, because I'm very, it's like anger that I feel that you're upset that you're going to click off of this video, you're going to unsubscribe, you're going to unfollow. You're welcome to do that. This is where we stand. We believe that Black lives matter. We believe that every child, every young man growing up deserves the opportunity to live. Every child deserves an opportunity to live. Every Black woman, every Black male deserves an opportunity to live. If you are more worried about the looting and the protesting, you don't understand. You're part of the problem.
Yeah.
And what I advise you to do is to really reevaluate, relook at the things that you're considering, and really just educate yourself on, oh, why are they so angry?
And search your heart as to why it doesn't bother you.
Because that's a big problem.
Search your heart and be true and honest with yourself, because we all come from backgrounds and things that were taught and things that were instilled in us that we don't even know that they're there. Little micro aggressions that were instilled in us that we don't even know.
And if you let me expound on that, microaggressions and micro racism are things like, well, what about Black on Black crimes? No one ever says, what about white on white crimes? What about Asian on Asian crimes. No one ever says that. So where did black on black crimes come from? Why is that a thing that we say? Oh, well, they're look at how they're acting. They're burning down the neighborhoods. Again, are you not understanding like the process of how this occurred? It's like someone saying they have their tremors in their hand and it's caused by cancer. Instead of trying to treat the tremor, if you eradicate the cancer, the tremor takes care of itself. And so the same thing with this systematic racism that has us in this situation where this one officer is being charged. How many officers are just got let loose where people either had mental issues or something? There's no way that you could put over a whole clip in somebody and still, that's ridiculous.
And then we're like, oh, we have to just, and it's just like, come on.
And then when you, and I don't even want to make this a political thing, but when you bring the president of the United States into this and, oh, President Trump, he's done a lot for the black community. That is the last thing we want to hear. No one needs your opinion about the president. No one needs your opinion about what's happening with the protesting. What we can use is you to put your work gloves on and actually get to work.
Do something.
Like Andrea said, you can donate to, if you don't believe, oh, they're doing it, this organization is doing it right. There's so many organizations that are supporting against systematic racism where you can actually donate to. There's so much, like, even for a white colleague or a friend, you can just simply text, hey, I know this is emotional week. Right. I know you have to be feeling some type of way.
Address it. They'll appreciate it. I can guarantee you that. I think a lot of times, like our counterparts, brothers and sisters of different races, a lot of times when things like this happen, the first thing is like, okay, we're gonna retreat. We're not gonna talk about it. We're just gonna brush it under the rug. Don't do that. Like, just talk about it. Say something. Are you okay? Just like, hey, I simply want to just check in. And maybe they just maybe they'll just be like, yeah, I'm good or whatever. Or maybe they'll just actually say, no, I'm glad that you said something. I'm not okay. Because it shows that you're aware and we're not just walking around blindly like, oh, I don't see color. Like,
it's a load of crap.
It's like that you can't do that. That hurts worse. So yeah.
So with all that being said, our intention for this video is out of love and not out of hate. That's not us. That's not in our character, and that's not our God.
No.
However, we're hurt.
Yeah.
We're hurting. We're hurt. We're sad. We have a bunch of conflicted emotions. We've listed several practical ways that you can help if you're a white person or not a person of color and you're just like, I don't know what to do. Everything from a conversation to simply researching, like there's Google now.
Yeah.
There's no excuses. Learning about African American history, because we all learn about U.S. history, which, that's a whole nother topic. But just there's so many things that you can do. Keeping comments to yourself where it's like micro racism, where you're more focused on looting and like we all get it. Is the first way that we want it to be? No. But
are things gonna have to be repaired? Yes. But have people still lost their lives?
We can't bring him back. The stuff is gonna be repaired. Insurance. Businesses are going to be brought back, and if it's one of a black business, we can donate to make that happen. We can't bring back a son. We can't bring back a father. We can't bring back a brother. That's gone. And so what you have to start asking, and also voting.
Yes.
In this systematic, the way everything is going right now, Black people are even discouraged to vote right now because so much has not changed to the point it's like, what's the point? Oh, okay, well, we're gonna vote for this one person, or we're gonna vote for this. Like, so what we all can do is speak to our local government. Hold them accountable.
Yeah.
If you want my vote, you have to make sure.
Attend council meetings.
Something like, and there's so much that can be done on a local level where we just have like checks and balances for issues like this. This should not be a norm.
No.
This should not be. If you're uncomfortable, you're in a good place. If you are uncomfortable and you're trying to figure out, whoa, this isn't good, take that energy, and our prayer is that you actually commit to action and commit to transforming and actually impacting people's lives in a positive way. People of color. There's many HBCU, historically Black universities that you can donate to. There's many places that you can even just, I need to find more information about this. And so our hope is that you watch this video and you see what we're struggling with, that you commit to having deeper dialogue so that you can have empathy if you don't have it now. That you can actually see like, whoa, I may not be Black and I may not ever have to deal with this, but it's still not right.
Yeah.
And just look back into, you may not be able to change your great-great-grandma and or grandfather and how they felt about people of color. But what you can do is break generational curses and start now and make sure that your children and you and your children are in a different headspace when it comes to people that just look a little different.
Yeah.
So to everyone, just definitely let's have dialogue. Let's talk. What do how are you guys feeling emotionally, mentally? Have you checked in on Black brothers and sisters right during this time? Are you taking care of yourself mentally? And for anyone of color who's really struggling right now, it's okay to take a break from social media.
Yes, I was just about to say that. It's okay to unplug. Because if you sit there and you just eat it and it's just coming and it's coming, it's coming.
It's like
it's
heavy.
a heaviness. It's a heaviness. And you know it. It hasn't changed. You know it's there. It's your reality. It's been your reality. Nothing has changed. It's okay to take a moment to unplug, to recap, revisit, think about your next steps, and then go back to it. You don't have to eat it all up at one time.
And for also consider, this is by our brother. Definitely consider your brothers and sisters who are also Black officers.
Yeah.
During this time, where it's a complex,
very complex.
Very complex, and so pray for one another, love one another, and definitely let's have this dialogue and have conversation. And so prayerfully, and I believe it, so that our next video would definitely be one of more of a positive tone, and where we don't have to more lighthearted. This isn't the end of this conversation. We need to continue to have this conversation, even long after things change, so that we're conscious of not repeating the same mistakes. But we're definitely we're here to support you. We're here loving, sending our love virtually. And even in times of darkness, God light still shines. So as always, we love you guys, and we'll see you soon. Peace.